13 WMAZ News at 6:30 starts now.
Hello and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Frank Malloy. We all are looking forward to what the weekend brings. Well, maybe not looking forward is not the best term. Last weekend, we did like it. It was snow. This weekend, it could be something different. Let's check in off the top with Chief Meteorologist Ben Jones. A whole lot of different scenarios out there, Ben.
Yeah, not only just scenarios, but I mean real world things like maybe ice and then thunderstorms as we go through the day Sunday and then back to freezing again. There's a whole lot of stuff to cover. So let's dive in. Here's a look at the sky cams. Predictably dark after we saw a little bit of rain in a few spots today. That's made its way on off toward the east. 56 in the Macon area, and as we head through tonight, we're just going to say somewhere in the 40s. And again, enjoy tonight because tonight, no issues. It's tomorrow night late that things could change over to something frozen, and then we'll have thunderstorms as we go into Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So here's a look at the headlines. It's hard to pack all this into 3 lines here, but that small rain chance during the day tomorrow, otherwise mainly dry. Tomorrow night into Sunday morning, again, things could be a little bit of a mix, maybe sleet or freezing rain. Mainly northern counties. The reason I still say mainly, though, is because not all models stop it there. There's some that are still trying to drag it a little farther toward the south. Here's a look at the current numbers, and we can see 50s on the board. So a nice Friday night. I hope you enjoy that. As we take away the clouds, you can see the last little bit of rain that came through Lawrence, Johnson, and Fruitland counties earlier, exiting on off. All right, so now to the winter thing. And just to show you, we're not alone. There's going to be snow in so much of the U.S., and then underneath it, pink shaded areas with ice all across the northern tier of the southern states. And you can see that happening in Texas already with sleet, freezing rain, and then, all this is cloud cover, but that white right there, that would be snow. Let's get into the alerts. The winter storm watch is still in effect for our area. It was for all of North Georgia. That's been replaced now by the ice storm warning for mainly kind of I-20 northward. But again, Jasper, Putnam, Hancock, Jones, Baldwin, Washington counties in our area still in the winter storm watch. And the majority of the models have it cut off right about here, that this is as far south as things would change over. But not all. Here's a look at the map kind of showing where the highest likelihood of impact is going to be. You can see that's mainly in that wedge shape of colder air that hits the Appalachians and funnels down. And then a little bit less and then even less as you get into our area. But again, that's where we want to be. We don't really want any part of this. Snow last Sunday, great, not this. So let's go forward into tomorrow, somewhere kind of in the 40s. I'm going to stop right here because not all models are showing 40s during the day tomorrow. Some are showing 50s, but it's really not that important because we're not expecting anything winter-wise during that time anyway. But as we head into tomorrow night, this is interesting because I'm looking at other models, and I'm looking at my little notebook over here for tomorrow night into Sunday morning, and I'm seeing 36, 37, 38, 34. The only model that shows freezing for us is this graph model. All the rest of them keep us above freezing in the Macon area, not our northern counties. But if this is right, and again, it continues with this, so it wasn't like a one-off model run. Each model run continues to show this from the graph. It's showing freezing as we go through the overnight tomorrow night. Then as we go into early Sunday morning, still seeing 31, 32 on into 7, 8 o'clock, and then starting to pull away from those numbers. Now this is where things get even more interesting because maybe we saw some sleet, maybe we had some freezing rain through the overnight hours. Then as we go into the day, we're going to start to see this warm front lifting up from the south, and that's going to all of a sudden bring in much warmer air in our southern counties. The question is, how far north does this go? The graph keeps it a little farther south. Some models have it poking on up a little bit more into our central Georgia area, and you can see it kind of rising up there. So it'd be kind of moving in this direction like this. So if that's the case, in our northern counties, 30s to 40s, southern counties, 60s and 70s. And that's all setting the stage for the rain and thunderstorms that'll come through as we go through the afternoon. So yeah, it's just a wild ride. There's Sunday night at around 9, 10 o'clock. Now keep this in mind right here because there have been a lot of questions about, well, what about Monday morning heading to work and school? Is that going to be a problem because we're going to freezing temperatures Monday morning? Yes, we are. But because we've had all this warm stuff during the day Sunday, it's going to take a while to bring these numbers down. There's 9, 10 o'clock. As we go into 3 or 4 in the morning, we could still be above 40 degrees. So we can't think of it as a night where it is freezing all night long and it's just a glaze of ice in the morning because of the rain that was on the ground from the day before. We may get to freezing, but it might be closer to the coldest part of the day, which is sunrise. which means we wouldn't sit with it very long, maybe a couple of hours, which could freeze some things. But again, it's not an all-night thing. Then all of a sudden we start to get into the day Monday and we're starting to warm back up. So it may be only a short time in that freezing zone. Not sure that's going to be enough to cause widespread problems. Something to keep in mind. Now, as we look at the same model, which is the graph, showing how this looks precip-wise. First of all, you can see the wind out of the northeast as we go through the day tomorrow, so breezy at the surface. The actual precip will be running from west